This is FamilyJules, and welcome to SuperHousePodcast.
Welcome everybody to episode 30 of the SuperHouse Podcast. It's just me at the moment, but Johnson and a few others are going to show up. This is episode 30, and today we got with us Jack's friend from last week, FamilyJules 7X. What's up, FamilyJules?
How you doing?
How's it going, man? Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, man.
Are we the first podcast you've done, or have you done more?
No, I've done quite a bit. I'm actually on a podcast too that I've had Jack on.
Oh, really? Can you plug that real quick?
Our podcast is called Boy Flop. I run it with my two other roommates, Rashad EB and Jonathan Young, both of which are YouTube big boys. You know, John does Disney covers and Pokemon covers, lots of vocal covers, and Rich does more video game covers like I do, and Jack.
Okay, and how long have you been doing that?
Boy Flop's been going for about a year now. We just recorded episode 37 yesterday, and that will go up Wednesday. Whatever, I don't know when this is going out. But the Wednesday, the 28th of September, on YouTube and SoundCloud, and someday iTunes, because we're terrible.
Okay. And can we call you by your first name on here?
Yeah, Jules is fine.
Okay, cool. One of the first questions I wanted to ask actually was, do you live off of this? Do you live off of YouTube?
Yes, this is my full-time job.
That's amazing, man. Like, we've been trying to get more into that, and it's just incredible. How long did it take you to get into that? To get to where you are now?
I don't know. I didn't really I don't know. Like, you hear a lot of stories about people who are like, I quit my job, or I got fired, and and then I just went, whole ass on the. I can swear, right?
Yeah. This is an explicit podcast.
Awesome. Okay, that's my favorite kind. Whole ass on, and then I made a thing out of it. No, it was slow. When I started, I was working for a software company. I was working from home, so I still had time to do weekly videos. And eventually I got laid off from that job and and stuff like that. But I can't remember a specific time, and I was just like, oh hell yeah, I'm doing this full time now. It just kind of happened slowly.
And did you it seems like maybe you were before Jack, is that right? Did you get into this before Jack did?
No, Jack is the grandpapa of of video game covers. I mean, he's been doing it forever, but the thing is, back in late 2000s, the people who made video game music on guitar or whatever, it was mostly live bands and stuff. They were going to conventions or nerd fests and stuff. They would be doing this stuff, but YouTube was fairly barren of this kind of stuff. There's only this guy Metal Daniel 03 and some random smatterings of people from Japan or something, and then a few of us really decided let's make a channel all about this. This guy CS Guitar 89 and Artificial Fear all kind of got into this thing of let's make as many super rad metal covers of video games. And then eventually Jack had been doing one every few months or a year or something like that, but then a few years ago then started absolutely whole-assing it, just doing it every week. Yeah, I don't know. So he's been on YouTube doing this longer than we have, but I feel like back then his heart was more in his band Singularity and or whatever he was doing back then. I'm not sure, honestly.
And are you in his band as well, or no?
No, I'm not.
Do you have any other side projects that you're doing other than the YouTube video, or?
Yeah, I'm in a band called Thunder Forge. We're based out of Western Massachusetts.
Okay.
I live in San Diego right now, but those guys, I just moved here from Massachusetts about a year ago. We just put out an EP, I don't know, a month or two ago. And other than that, I mean, I stream on Twitch. You know, I worked on a game called Crypt of the Necrodancer, and we're working on that still. Um, and I do kind of freelance stuff for video games. I compose music, lots of stuff.
All right, cool. And these questions are going to kind of echo what we asked Jack, but we were wondering what were like your biggest metal influences.
Favorite band of all time, always was, always will be, Avenged Sevenfold.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I got into them. They were like the first. They were the first band that like really sparked it. So I mean, in a lot of ways, like it's gonna be like the heroin needle. I'm never gonna get that dragon back. It's always gonna. That's always gonna be like that feeling I got the first time I heard a Sevenfold song. I'll never be able to recreate that, but I'll always be trying. And
Okay.
weird comparison. Uh, Other than that, I love Death Clock. I love Lamb of God. I love metal. I love a lot of prog stuff. I've been listening to a lot of Polyphia. I like Periphery, Queen the Buried of Me. But I also try to mix it up with like I'm a really big fan of like pop music. Like I love Sia and Lady Gaga and
Really?
Yeah, dude. Classic rock.
Sia is awesome.
Sia's so good.
That was my brother, by the way. He's not usually with us, or he hasn't been with us in a long time, but here he is.
Sorry, I just had to jump in because I don't own this game, but you said you worked on Crypt of the Necrodancer?
Yes.
So I know that game it's based on rhythm. It's like a roguelike DDR type thing, and there's like a bunch of different iterations on the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like constantly adding new soundtracks you can substitute in there, or were you on the original release?
Okay, so I'm on the I did the metal soundtrack. I did the metal soundtrack for that game.
I've heard that. That's you?
Yeah, that's me.
That's awesome.
Jordan's starstruck now.
No, it's awesome. Again, that like I'll probably the Vita has its place still, and I'm probably gonna get that on Vita. But
yeah, dude.
It's yeah, I've heard that. I watched some of your videos earlier today. I definitely knew who you were somewhat before, just by osmosis. But yeah, that's a really good job on that Crypt soundtrack, dude.
Thanks, man.
So do you play all the instruments? You play drums, bass, everything?
I played guitar and bass. I program drums using a drum simulator program.
Okay. And I know you don't know everything Jack does, but does Jack play everything too? I don't know if we asked him that. Do you know
No,
that?
he does it similar. He programs all the drums.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. All right. And moving on from music, what are your favorite games growing up or even to this day?
My favorite video game of all time is Jet Force Gemini for the N64. Did you guys play that one?
Yes.
I've played that on emulator, but N64 emulation is still kind of bad.
Yeah. It's not as bad as PS2 emulation.
Yeah.
I heard that's coming up, but like, yeah, I remember trying to play it was like Summoner 2 on the PS2 emulator, and it was just like, I think I was streaming it too, and then it just got to a point where it just like, for whatever reason, couldn't handle it at all, and it was just like, well, sorry guys, we gotta stop this series right here because the emulation is not quite up to the times.
Why Jet Force Gemini? That's an interesting answer.
It's probably just nostalgia glasses. It's probably like whatever. I've played it recently and whatever. There's something about the fast-pacedness. The soundtrack is absolutely probably the best soundtrack in a video game I think ever. It just had a dream team of like some of those early rare composers, minus I don't think Grant Kirkhope worked on that one, but it was Robin Beanland did most of it, and a bunch of other guys helped out with it, and it's an absolutely stellar soundtrack. It's a space sci-fi, exploding ants video game. So
right,
my favorite genre. And I'm kidding, that's not a thing. And
I was going with it.
Yeah, I was too.
Dude, exploding ants is They don't make games like they used to, man. It's
What
dying
about Blast
genre.
Score?
You guys should get a hashtag going. Fucking bring back exploding ants games.
Just put
No,
them in
I-
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I saw fucking Hopping Pineapple in No Man's Sky. If they can do that, they can do Exploding Ants.
Yeah, exploding ants is probably too
They
normal.
better do something.
By the way, Stefan,
Yes.
introduce yourself.
This is Stefan. I'm from Denver.
All right, we're just all popping on here at different times.
Sorry, I just got back from work. I just ate a burrito.
No
Nice.
problem, bro.
It's fantastic.
I got
Pre-podcast burrito
Well,
time.
Indeed.
mid-podcast burrito.
Yeah.
So, Jules, I watched a video of yours earlier today. It was like the top 10 shop themes.
Yep, that came out yesterday, I think.
Oh wait, you posted it yesterday?
Yeah, I think that came out yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just watched it today. So yeah, there's like 2 or 3 songs in there from Undertale. I haven't beaten that yet, but are you familiar with the guy? There's a guy.
Toby
it's on
Fox?
Spotify. Well, no, not Toby. I know he did the music, but then maybe this is him. I don't know. But the guy goes by Furtick. F-E-R.
Oh, Furk, yeah. He's a good friend.
Yeah, Furk K. Okay, now I know how to say it. And
It's actually Ferdy K. I make fun of him. I call him Ferd K.
Furdy K. I
Because
call
his
him
name's
Furtick.
Fernando.
Okay. So, did you? You know what? I didn't have a question. I just want to say those are awesome.
It's like, dude, that was cool, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's like the Chris Farley show on SNL. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, that
That was awesome.
I-
Remember that time?
Yeah, right.
Remember that? When you did the Undertale? That was awesome.
Yesterday when you posted that video, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Andrew. Go ahead.
No, you mentioned Artificial Fear. He's the guy that did that Batman cover, right? Of
Probably, yeah,
metallized
he's done a lot.
Batman '89.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was him. Yeah.
Dude, that was fucking incredible. And I
Yeah.
was wondering if you and Jack and that guy need to all like have like a fucking concert, dude. Are there any plans to do that ever? Have you ever been approached to do anything like that?
Jack actually played rhythm guitars and backing guitars for me at MagFest this year. MagFest is a huge music and gaming festival in Washington D.C. And or near Washington D.C. And that was fun. I mean, we only played my covers and my medleys and stuff, but like it'd be super rad to do like something like that. Artificial Fear, he's a married man. He teaches at a school and stuff. He doesn't have the freedom that we young whippersnappers have of going to these festivals and playing our video game music.
Okay. All right, cool. Have you been approached at all, like ever, like, hey, you're that guy?
Yeah.
Like you have, really?
Yep.
What was that like?
I get approached kind of often at conventions and stuff. Definitely like video game conventions. I mean, you know, obviously that's like my demographic. So I mean,
right.
I don't nearly get approached like in the wild. Obviously, like in the safari of the world.
Yeah, but you're like YouTube famous. That's a different beast.
I'm pretty much the shit, you know.
I know.
I'm pretty much Jesus on YouTube. So.
Spare me that, but because we already know.
Jordan, his second most popular video was a MegaMan X guitar medley.
Fucking So my question. If I have a question, let's see if one arises out of this. Why do you think that old, I say old meaning like 16-bit or before, namely Mega Man and Mega Man X, those soundtracks are fucking awesome and conducive to metal? Why
I would guess that the composer listens to metal. You know?
Yeah, that's my guess.
Like you go to like any Castlevania game, like they have to listen to metal, right? But then it could also, I don't know, it's all this neoclassical stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I've tried to program like, because you would actually have to program like the NES songs. with there's a Family Tracker or something.
Yep, Family Tracker.
And it's all like
the,
hex code.
Yep. It's annoying.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I know. I remember starting to. I make music occasionally, and I started something with that, and then Fruity Loops, just kind of exporting it. But yeah, I don't know. I guess a lot of my questions are statements today, but
I think in the case of MegaMan, it's like the guy was just like, he was probably a metalhead of some sort in Japan, and he was just like, I'm going to try to make the most metal 16-bit. Yeah, it's a lot. Most metal 16-bit music I can possibly make, and that became especially Mega Man X, right? Mega Man X more than the other ones.
Yeah, I
was
mean,
more metal.
Those are straight metal riffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more fidelity on that sound card, obviously. I mean, but you go back to, I don't know, some of the original Mega Mans, like, there's about like half of those you could be like, oh, this guy was trying to do a metal song on this like limited hardware. But Mega Man X, I mean, the first one, you look at like the Storm Eagle stage and stuff, and it's just like 80s metal. And then later on, I think X3, they made a PC version of that, and they actually had like CD quality music, and it was like straight up metal.
Yep. When they weren't held down by the PCM channel as their only whatever.
But a PCM channel?
Like a lot of those had so like a lot of music back then. I don't know if Mega Man did this, but they were limited to like pretty much just 4 channels, and this is kind of how Family Tracker works, where you have two. Oh, yeah. You have 2 like square channels, a triangle channel, and then the PCM, which is just like samples that are just like
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Super crappy, yeah.
The triangle's probably the lead usually.
Usually like I mean when I write stuff like that, like I usually have the triangle as the bass because I like soaring melodies. Because again, Dragon Force, Avenged Sevenfold, can't ever get away from it.
Our mom once said that I think I was wearing a Dragon Force shirt, and she thought it was a video game. And I was like, well, you're not too far off.
You're not far off, yeah. I remember the first time I put that in the car, man, and I think Thomas or somebody was there, Jordan, and he said, this sounds like some Power Rangers shit.
Yeah, totally. I have a lot to say about Power Rangers recently, but
that shit rips.
That shit rips, bro.
Yeah, that opening theme, hell yeah.
Oh, the Power Rangers theme?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Power Glove covered that theme, and it was fucking incredible.
Covered that one.
Oh, you did as well, dude?
I did it with Jonathan Young and Rashad EB, the 2 roommates from my podcast. Jonathan Young does more kind of pop culture songs and stuff. Like he's working on like a Pokemon album right now, but like TV show Pokemon stuff. But he's also done covers of like Katy Perry and just all stuff out there. We all did Danger Zone, and then we did Power Rangers and stuff. It was fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Danger Zone. I feel like someone said recently to me that if you watch Top Gun, it could almost be a parody of Hot Shots.
Sure.
Like backwards,
Oh, right.
But but Danger Zone may be my fondest memory of that movie. I can't even remember the Goose stuff. I mean.
That movie's come up a lot in my life recently. It's very strange. But dude, I wanted to ask about what is your favorite track that you've posted? Is it the Jet Force Gemini track or something else?
Yeah, probably. I think I had the most fun with that. I mean, I did my Jet Force Gemini medley probably 5 years ago.
Okay.
But other than that, I did a cover from GoldenEye. GoldenEye is another one of my absolute favorite games.
Right.
I really liked that one. Caverns. Nobody watched that one. And,
Caverns.
Well, of course, like the ones that you're super proud of and the ones that you put like the most time into are the ones that are always gonna get like no views, but the ones that you just shit out, like, and you're just like, fuck it, I'll just do it. I'll do this. It gets like 1 million views. Man, you got 49,000, but then again, your top video is 2 million. Yeah, it like in comparison, like especially like when I put that out, like I was like, oh man, this is such a good mix. This is gonna be like my best video. Like I did a lot of cool stuff with it, and then like it did like half as well as like the video I posted, and I was like, oh no. So yeah, I mean, people watched it and people really loved it, and I'm really glad for that. But like I don't know, like especially like in the moment when I all hyped it up, like, oh, this is gonna be like people are gonna lose their fucking shit over this, and then no, it didn't happen.
Man, there was that one time.
That brings...
What? Oh, 1 second, Jordan. There was. I actually messaged you. I talked about this with Jack. I messaged you that one time. Of course, we don't know each other that well, but I asked you if I could put this in one of my videos about Japanese and video games because I had to deal with Street Fighter, and it was metal, so I was like, I gotta use it. And I was wary if you were gonna let me do that or not. And then you're like, totally awesome, dude. Use it. And I was like, damn, that's fucking great.
I don't understand why, like, especially when it's like, I mean, this isn't really technically my music, right? It's like, it's I mean, I don't even know if I'm allowed to be like, yeah, fuck it. Like,
it's just your arrangement, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's my arrangement, and like, I mean, I'm not famous. I'm not making millions of dollars. I'm not, getting noticed every 5 minutes on the street. Like, I mean, why wouldn't anybody just be like, yo, you making cool stuff and you want to use my cool stuff? Like, I'm more honored by you. You've made something, you've created something, you've done something cool. The fact that you want my music on that, like that's an honor to me, So that's cool. Why would no pay me, dude? Fucking.
I was still, and I still am, new to the whole YouTube thing, so I just wanted to play it as safe as possible. Right. Jordan, what were you gonna say?
Oh, dude, okay, this is what I was gonna say. So you're talking about your videos and the ones that you really like not getting as much views and whatever. So I wanted to know how many of your videos are like, do people request stuff like, hey, you got to cover this? And, if they do, then do you follow that? And also, is there like one specific like game that no one asked for but you wanted to cover more than anything?
First of all, no, I don't take requests. I'm a shithead, and I hate doing doing anything unless I want to do it.
Hey, the internet's got you outweighed on the shithead thing. So
yeah, true. That does make me feel better. No, I don't know. Like, I love doing this. Like, I did this. I didn't do this like with the intention of ever making money doing it. I didn't do this with the intention of ever making a name for myself out of it. I did it. It's a labor of love. I love video games. I love metal. I put them together, And
oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to add. I didn't mean to imply that you.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
You fucked up, man. You're fucking up our guest, bro.
Bring me on this podcast and insult me.
Man, fuck you.
It's supposed to be controversial.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're gonna get this demonetized, dude. He was gonna.
Oh my god.
You gotta be wary. You gotta be wary of the people who probably do just start YouTube channels to get money. Like, how does that work? I don't know. The world's changing.
It works for some people, man. Like, if that's your motivation, if you find love out of the pursuit of getting money, dude, like, all the power to you. Like, that's if it makes you happy, like, do it. Like, this makes me happy for a specific set of reasons. If it makes you happy because you like making money and you're making money from it, then hell yeah, dude, do it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, not to shit on them, but yeah.
No, let's shit on them.
Let's shit on them.
Let's do that. Fuck those people.
No, because I'm very weary of becoming the old man yelling at the winter.
Why not?
Because, well, I don't understand anything anymore, and I'm just trying to.
Same.
Yeah. It's that Portlandia early onset grumpiness, dude.
Dude, that's like still, like, I don't know.
Who are these people?
Yeah, I want to be the old man screaming at clouds and stuff, like scaring the children when I go.
I am that already, and
dude,
it's not great. I mean,
I envy it.
Oh no, I mean, it makes me wanna create a YouTube channel, then I'd just be the guy on YouTube yelling at people on my lawn, and I don't even have a lawn.
I'd watch it.
For sure.
Your virtual lawn.
Anybody would watch it. That's the thing about the internet. Like, you're talking about, like, what gets views and what doesn't, and it probably surprises you sometimes. There are, like, people on the internet are into weird shit all the time.
True.
They're
There's something fascinating
there's
about
something-
Me too.
YouTube, like the being able to kind of peer into people's worlds, you know, without having to actually know them or whatever. And
Extremely niche shit, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
lately I've been watching this guy who reviews fast food items.
Okay.
He's called
I know what you're talking about.
He's called the Report of the Week. He's just like this nerdy dude who wears a suit and he reviews. he's genius. He's brilliant. And I'm sitting there like,
Is he earnestly reviewing these menu items? Like,
earnestly and with quality and sincerity.
Like he's Anthony Bourdain of YouTube.
He's
fast
just
food
some
bullshit.
young kid who took it upon himself to review, like, you know, like when a fast food restaurant comes out with new items, like, you know, they're like toys almost. He's like reviewing like the kitschiness of the box and the price level and whatever. It's like there's a bunch of little details he runs through, and he's got his own little format and stuff. And I'm sitting there watching, you know, a bunch of his episodes. I've seen a ton of them now, and it's just like, yeah, man, like.
I wish I could be this enthusiastic about anything. This
Yeah,
guy's
same. Yeah,
enthusiastic
for sure.
about-
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Maybe you don't have to. Just start a YouTube channel.
That's the thing, right?
There's who knows? Like
Speaking
People-
of
people
speaking
will
of the YouTube channel, man, your top video has over 2.5 million views, and then your second top is just a little over 1 million. Why is it that this top video is like so much more than the others? It's more than twice as much.
I mean, it's different. It's a different video. Like, I mean, you know, usually I do either single song covers or I do medleys, and I'm kind of I've kind of, you know, brought it upon myself that I am now the video game medley dad of YouTube, where I don't know, nobody else wants to do it because it's so much work, but I love it. That replay, whatever, a tribute or something, that was like a huge like 17-minute medley of games through the years, from like Pong all the way up to like Dark Souls 2 or whatever. And I think you know, there was kind of a hype of like, you know, like, oh, you know, like what's the next song, like what's gonna be the next one, you know, like what's gonna be because there's one song for every year since Pong came out that video games have been a thing.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the idea behind that. I think it was just a weird idea that I had, and people really liked it.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like, man, more than twice as much. It's crazy. Also, the first time you hit over 1 million views, were you fucking psyched?
Yes, I was.
I mean, I would have fucking party on the town, dude. That's
It
Got 1 million views, bitch.
yeah.
it took me it took me like 3 years of like weekly covers to do that. Like I would see like, you know, kids fucking, you know, damn Daniel getting like 5 million views, and they're probably like, whoa, cool. I'm like, fuck you. Like,
Right.
I mean, obviously I'm gonna be like, you know, salty old man, like, oh, I worked hard for this. And, you know, so.
And would you say the consistency is the main thing? Like, you just gotta produce every week, or
absolutely.
that's the key, right?
Number one, I always tell people, if you want, there's two things. Like, you gotta be consistent. You gotta, like, you know, I would say a lot of the reason why I got to where I am is because I uploaded every Tuesday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Tuesday there was a new video, and like and then the other thing is just it's not gonna be fun. Like it's gonna suck. You gotta like obviously like have fun making the craft, but like being consistent, like that's where I feel like the real like hard work comes out of. It's just like the dedication and being able to keep it up for so long.
Right. Yeah, that seems to be the main thing. Like, if you want to develop a fan audience, like you gotta like deliver when like when they're hungry, you know, like they're like Pavlov's dogs,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
every
Pavlov.
right, yeah, Pavlov those bitches.
Yeah, it's Pavlov as a verb. Like
Right.
that.
Right. And yeah, like I know, like one of my favorite podcasts comes out on Monday morning, and when it doesn't fucking drop, my commute to work is just worse.
Yeah.
You know, like I just need that podcast that morning.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how the Boy Flop listeners feel when we don't release, because like we started releasing Tuesday, and we got lazy, and then we started releasing Wednesday, and then sometimes we just didn't release Wednesday. Like we're really bad with our podcast, but
The priority is your YouTube, though, right?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, all three of us are YouTubers. All three of us are, arguably successful YouTubers.
Right.
Loosely using the term successful. But like, I mean, because like, what is successful? I mean, some people would say like, oh, unless you're PewDiePie, fuck off. But like, or some people are making a living doing this for like, with like, 10,000 subscribers. I don't know how. I mean, they must have their hands in other poop buckets. But I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're making a living off of it, so that's success in and of itself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a family. I don't, I'm not supporting like, a wife and kids yet. But like, I'm making a living for myself. That was like I actually was on the front page of Reddit, I think, a year ago, because I was trying to promote the Necrodancer stuff, and I did an AMA saying like, hey, I make a living, making video game music, but on the guitar. Like, ask me anything. Apparently, like, it did really well, but there was a bunch of people like, what is your definition of making a living? Because my definition is with a family and you gotta pay a mortgage and stuff. And I was like, fuck that. I don't do any of that. But
yeah, well, I mean, if you continue, it's not like it's, I don't know. Right. It seems like it's sky's the limit, right?
Well, I feel like a lot of people think that it's such a niche thing, It's
right.
It's like video game metal, like that cannot be there cannot be hype for that. I'm saying from a biased point of view, somebody who doesn't know anything, like how could that last? How could that not be like, oh hey, that's cool, next thing? Like, it's, I mean, obviously you have to, pick the songs. You have to kind of be like current, like MegaMan works because MegaMan is such a, big game from back then. But are you going to be big for always covering like random obscure titles from the 90s? No, like you got to also do like, you got to do Dark Souls 3. You got to do, you got to do current stuff. And there's always going to be a demand for that. There's always going to be a demand for, the newest Call of Duty theme sounds really cool. People are going to search like, oh, hey, what would this sound like if it was on guitar? Like, I don't know. I think that's one side of it, but I think the other side of it is just, I mean, you do kind of have to have your hands in a lot of different buckets. You got to, I compose. I also do stuff for video games and stuff. I don't know.
And I thought about this out of nowhere, but like, you've told your parents like, hey, mom and dad, I make money off of YouTube?
They kicked me out, dude. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. They're like, a YouTube channel. We're disowning you. No, they are proud of me. Yeah.
They're like, all right, you're making money. All right, good.
Yeah. I mean, the alternatives, I'm making money like working for Marshalls or Subway, or, like, I think, you're proud.
And you're from Massachusetts, you said?
Now I live in San Diego, but yes, I was originally from Western Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
Side, not the Boston side.
Boston is viewed as being cooler, I guess.
Yeah. Boston, like certain parts of Boston, of course, all cities have their bad and good, but Boston's definitely one of the, like, just like the chillest, coolest cities I think I've ever been to.
Chiller than San Diego, dude?
No, nothing's chiller than San Diego.
San Diego's chill as fuck, right?
It's so good.
People are just relaxed as hell, man. Going from LA, and LA people are known to be relaxed compared to New York because they always get compared.
Well, I think everyone's compared to like New York.
Yeah, but no one can touch San Diego, man.
Nope. San Diego is like, it's awesome. It's like everybody, like when we were coming out here to like look at houses and stuff, everybody said the same thing. They're like, San Diego is like this like really well kept secret. Like, everyone's thinks you got to move to LA or like Orange County or like any of that stuff. Like, and nobody talks about San Diego. But like San Diego is the exact like cliche stereotypical Southern California place to be. Like,
yeah.
It's straight out of a movie, and it's so beautiful. We were just at the beach yesterday, and it's just like, it's like everything you ever see in like the stupid spring break, like, MTV specials. It's just it's here, you know.
Rocket power made into real life.
Yeah, it's rocket power.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes.
Nice.
I've only been to San Diego for Comic-Con, but I've been around the city, and of course it's crazy during that time. But
Yeah.
man, even then, even during Comic-Con, you just get this vibe like, man, these people are chill, dude.
Yep. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Everybody's just doing their own thing, or an illegal immigrant, so they're even more gonna not be in your business.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
We're spitting distance from the border. From
really?
Mexico,
Yeah, that's right.
that.
That's right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's cool though. Like, I mean, I love I've besides the drivers, everyone knows California drivers are the fucking worst. But like I've never met a single person here that wasn't delightful.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. Switching gears kind of real quick, but I was wondering, do you have a favorite YouTube channel yourself?
We were talking about random niches, and there's a guy that like just engorges himself with food all the time, and he's a wait, no, actually no, that guy's channel's deleted. King Ass Ripper. He was a good one. He just covers everything in mayonnaise. I'm pretty sure he's like an eating fetish channel, but really funny. I don't know. Favorite YouTuber. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I'm gonna piss somebody off.
Well, if you want to be diplomatic and not answer,
I like Toxic X Eternity.
There you go.
Check out the last SuperHouse podcast. It's good, and he's a good guy. I like him. My favorite channel.
All right, that's diplomacy.
Yes.
What's the next thing you're working on? Can we, just like we did with Jack, can we like break a story here? A little mini YouTube story?
I'm gonna make a video game video.
Keep it under wraps. Be secretive.
No, so the thing I do, the project I'm doing lately is I do these top 10 medleys where I have the people in the comments vote for their favorite song in a theme. So that's how the shop themes medley was. It was people on the last video voted for their favorite shop theme, and then I went through and I tallied up all the votes. And then I had to take the top 10 and make a medley out of it that worked seamlessly from 10 to 1. You know, it's just like this little challenge I've been doing. So the next one's actually final level themes. So that's probably going to come out some point next month. Obviously the video came out yesterday, so I'm going to give them a week to vote. And then probably over TwitchCon, I'll add up the votes and start arranging it. So top 10 final level themes will probably be the next one.
You heard it here first.
The final level.
The what?
I never get to the final level.
Yeah.
Jordan quits.
Same.
No. I mean, I'm trying to think of what the final level of Super Metroid is, but I mean that's a.
It's hard as fuck. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, I beat it once a year. I love that game. But I can't think of the theme. I'm trying to think of like good Metroid songs, but there's like that Brinstar one that's really creepy.
Yeah, Jack and I did that one.
Yeah.
Was it Lower Brinstar?
Think so. Yeah. I downloaded that one from your link, bro. That's a good one.
Yeah. I gotta check that out.
Thank you.
Because I tried to do a version of that myself a while ago. But I was like, no, the best one is the one that exists. But I gotta listen to any metal version of my favorite video game music is great for me.
Yeah, I did a Super Metroid medley a while ago, too. But that was probably like I didn't play a lot of Metroid actually. Like I think I dabbled in the first one and Super Metroid, but I never like really got very far. Like my exposure to the Metroid series was all just like speedrunners and stuff, you know.
That's interesting. Jordan knows what I'm about to say right now, but I didn't grow up really liking that either. And then like 2 or 3 years ago, I played it on emulator, and I was like, I have been sleeping. This is one of the best games I've ever played in my life.
Metroid's great.
probably my favorite game ever, but I can't, it's like No Country for Old Men is my favorite movie. I can't think of another one that beats it. I try. Same thing with Super Metroid, my favorite game. I remember being interviewed at GameStop, sorry. Big difference, 2 letters. But the guy who was interviewing me was like, "What's your #1 favorite video game?" And I'm like, "Job interview, but all right." And I said Super Metroid. He's like, "Oh, okay, so like shooters." And I was like, "I don't want to fucking work here anymore."
My favorite, the only answer is Call of Duty 3 Black Ops. Get your pre-order now. Get the DLC.
He was like, "Oh, so you know what we're talking about."
Okay, you got the job.
The guy. This guy.
Fuck GameStop.
You're against GameStop, bro?
I don't like GameStop.
You get them all from Amazon or direct download or what?
No, I generally do buy games from GameStop, but I hate them.
Oh my god!
What's
your
suck? They suck.
Necessary evil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever buy a used system from them. That's for sure.
I can walk to a GameStop where I currently live, and that's fucking great.
Yeah. It's not. It's like, I don't know. I never have like the best experience going in there. It's just like I feel kind of like begrudgingly enjoying the game I just bought, just because of the experience I had.
Jules, are you console peasant or PC master race?
PC Master Race, son.
Oh my god! So you play all the console games on emulator, the old ones?
No, I mean, if there's a really good game, I own a PS4, I own a Wii U.
Okay.
I'm not really. I did love the Xbox 360, but I was not an Xbone fan.
Right.
But yeah, no, most of the stuff I play is PC. I actually just bought a Vive, the HTC Vive.
Oh, how do you like that?
It's so good. I don't know. Like I've been watching the VR craze since the beginning, dude. Like since Oculus was announced.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been up to date, and it took me lots of allowances and lots of piggy bank saving, and finally, I bought it like a month or 2 ago. Like I was so pissed that I missed like the craze, like when it just dropped, and like everyone was freaking out.
You were like, if I make 3 medleys, I will be able to buy a Vive.
$800? No way, dude.
Well,
absolutely.
Have you played Rec Room yet?
Rec Room's crazy.
Yeah, looks like it. I've been getting all my VR news, whatever, from Giant Bomb. Their rodeos they do. They just do a roundup of like the, I guess the most recent Vive and Oculus stuff. But the Vive stuff looks the best, and it looks like it makes the most sense for VR. Maybe the PSVR will come close to that. Maybe.
Well, the thing with the Vive is you can play all of the big air quotes Oculus exclusive games on the Vive. Right. They don't talk about it. Some guy, I don't know if it was like some guy or some team made this thing that it's called Revive, where you just like load it up for free, and then you can buy anything on the Oculus store that's supposed to be not playable on the Vive and just play it.
Really?
It's awesome.
Yeah. A big criticism I heard about Oculus was that people were like, "Oh, everyone doing the VR stuff right now, they seem to think like, we're all in this together. This is a new frontier." Even though in the 90s it was whatever, but it's like they should be working together, and then people are criticizing Oculus for making their stuff exclusive.
Yep.
And I guess they have a deal with Insomniac Games, who keeps churning out a ton of VR games specifically for Oculus, but they make it very exclusive, and then of course, like you said, it's just easy to, get it to play on the Vive.
It's funny. Like I think Facebook is paying these developers like a lot to make their games exclusively Oculus.
Oh right, yeah, because Facebook is so intertwined with Oculus. I forget all this stuff. But...
Yeah, I think Facebook is paying. I know that developers who make their game Oculus exclusive, you get a pretty good paycheck for that. And it's funny that, you know, like, it doesn't matter because all the Vive players can play it anyways. But like, damn, like, apparently I think HTC Vive pays them to make them non-exclusive. So like, they're actually encouraging developers to make the game playable on both systems.
Right. Well, they got the better. They have a better headset,
Yep.
technically, right? I mean,
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, people say it's you know, as far as fidelity and whatnot, the headset, the fidelity is kind of negligible. Like, it looks pretty much the same, but the Vive is a little bit better, and also the Vive has the touch. Of course, Oculus Touch is going to be a thing, but you know,
I saw it at PAX West, and it doesn't look that good. I mean, I didn't try it, but like, it looks like everybody who was using it just looked really uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, you know, VR is like, people complain about frame rate issues now, but if you have a frame rate issue on VR headset, then, you know, you could be throwing up for hours.
Yeah, right.
Or,
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
Apparently at the last E3, the Resident Evil 7 demo, where they did it, you know, they're making that game to be playable fully in VR if you want, and I guess it's PSVR, but apparently they had a lot of problems with people getting sick playing that. I don't know why, but, you know, I'd never used a VR headset, so I don't know.
I played the PSVR at E3 this year, and it was just like mostly just okay. It didn't really like blow me away.
Well, it's like a lot of tech demos right now, basically. You know, people are trying out this new technology. Again, I feel weird every time I say it's new, because it's, you know, I remember playing this game with pterodactyls in the mall in VR. It was terrible, and now it looks a lot cooler now, but, you know, it's not new, but it's, you know, it's their second pass at it. Like, let's give it a go again. So
Right.
I do ideally want, like, how much is the PSVR going to be? It's like
300 or so.
almost the most affordable one, though. There's some stuff where, like you're talking about the Oculus, most of the stuff now is just you're sitting, and maybe that's great for your equilibrium and whatnot, but you have a gamepad for most of them, because, you know, the Oculus Touch.
I've just been watching porn on my Google Cardboard.
Yeah, dude, that's the only thing it's good for.
Dude, people will always find a way to revolutionize porn. That's the thing.
The driving force of our society, of our civilization.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah, bro.
That might be, if VR games fail, porn is going to
Porn
keep
on Mars.
Porn will prevail.
Porn on Mars with a fireplace. You could have like a little fireplace next to you while you're watching porn. And,
That's my new
like,
next T-shirt. Porn on Mars, bitch.
So, bro, what kind of porn do you watch? Just kidding. Hey, man, you have any questions for us?
Well, I really like, you know, love midget shower porn. No, I don't really have any questions off the top of my head, but
all right.
we don't say that word, shower.
Right.
A falling of water.
Falling of water. Right.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I'd
thank
like to
you.
turn this around every now and again, or, well, pretty much every time when I do an interview, just to see what would happen. But, yeah, man, I'm trying to see. Anybody else have any, like, last questions for Jules here?
Yeah, I missed a big chunk in the middle there, so.
Jordan, I think you have your TV on, by the way.
That's my wife.
Yeah, if we... yeah. Can she turn that off?
I'm muting it.
Okay. Yeah, so, I think that's going to do it, man.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, and, hopefully maybe we can do this again sometime.
Sure.
Later on. All right, cool. So, we will check you later.
Woo,
Jules, stay
thanks.
metal. Stay metal as fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude. Can't do anything else. I'm not good at anything else.
Stay metal, brother.
Hey kids, you just listened to FamilyJules here on SuperHousePodcast. I'm Beelzebozo, and it's time to go into the dark naughty closet.